Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully, I found you well. This is your United Uncle as I come to you with the second episode of United Problems. Yesterday, I gave you what I believe is the problem of Manchester United. Today, I'm going to give you the second part. It depends of how long the video is. Maybe I might do a part 3 again. But before we talk about the problems, this is a new channel. A new channel is starting talking about Manchester United. So before we comment about the quality of the video, the setup, the background, can you please bear with me? Just listen to my message. Just try to listen to my message. If you like the comment, just give me time to explain what I'm trying to do. Just give me time to discuss with you about our great team. If you like my comments, if you like what I'm talking about, can you please like the video? Can you please subscribe to the channel? Can you please share? The more you share, the more this channel grows. Please bear with me. Just give me a minute of your time as I start. Yesterday, I talked about the problems. It was mostly about the players, the coach, some of the players, the coaches, and some of the decisions which were done, which were wrong. Today, I'm going to start with the referees. There's this narrative that the referees were too afraid of Alex Ferguson. There was a big narrative about that. If you hear interviews about former coaches, even former players who played during that time, even other refs, they will tell you about Ferguson. So I don't know how true is it. Were they really afraid, or is just a statement? So my own thinking is that theory, it's now affecting us now. Because there's a belief that the refs were afraid of Ferguson that time. So they were giving decisions to Manchester United because they're in fear of the boss. So now, if you see most of our games, I'm not a crybaby, I don't want to cry, but it's obvious for people who are watching soccer. If you want to be very neutral, the refs are not on our side. If it's a decision which goes to VAR, it's guaranteed that decision is against Manchester United. How many penalties have we considered? How many things which have gone against us? How many red cards which they end up saying we are sorry? How many bad decisions which are done, they end up saying we are sorry? I think it goes way back from when Ferguson was there. So now the referees are trying to compensate of what they think they did wrong. I might be wrong on this part, but I think I'm correct. Because check the games. The decisions are not on our side. I don't know. Leave a comment down below what you think about this. Is it a correct analysis of what's happening, or I'm just jumping the gun? Just leave a comment so that we know if I'm taking the right. The referees, they're affecting us in a way. So if a referee is affecting you, it means it will affect your play, it will affect even your results. Because we just know that they're against us. Look at now Bruno. Every ref is against that guy. I don't know. Because is it because he shouts too much? Is it because of the decisions? I don't know. But this is how I see it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm correct. Tell me about the refs. The refs have contributed to our downfall. The second part on these problems for today's episodes, I want to talk about the players. Before I talk about the players, do you know Bruno Fernandes, when he came, he was given a nickname called Penandes. Pena, because of penalties. the time of Solskjaer, we had a lot of penalties that even the great Jurgen Klopp complained that Manchester United are getting a lot of penalties. If you check the period after Jurgen Klopp complained, we are no longer getting penalties as before. The refs, it's like they're afraid. It's like they're now pushing that narrative that no, let's not give this team the penalties which they overcheck our decision. They overcheck what's happening. So end of the day, we lose. That's how I see it. Bruno used to get penalties every 1 or 2 games. He used to take penalties. Check the stats for Bruno on the first season. Check how many penalties he took. But it was only because of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the tactic which was used. We had Marshall that time, we had Rashford that time. We were able to play more in our box. We're playing a bit of attacking football because of the midfield we had that time. So it's got nothing to do with Ferguson. It's got nothing to do with Bruno Fernandes. It was just because of the tactic. We spend most of our time attacking, not defending. So if you spend more time in the opposition box, what happens? There are chances of getting penalties. That's how I see it. But that's a story for another day. It was one of the things which the referees, they've contributed a lot to our downfall. Then I talked about players yesterday, but now I'm talking about the wages. We've got players with 2 wages which are very high. Many players have got wages which are very high. Then we've got a certain number of players also which have got wages which are very low. There's a big gap in between. One is on 300 and something, one is on 20,000. Tell me, how does that work? That you've got a player who's almost earning 400,000 a week, and you've got a player who's earning 200,000, like 20,000. How do you play in the same team? That a wage gap. How do you play? You're in the same team. Maybe even the player like Kobe Maino, I know he's on a low wage. How do you play in the same team when you know that this guy is getting this amount and me, I'm getting this? This is something whereby the board need to sort out. This is something the new owners, they need to sort out to try to make the wages as equal as possible. I know a contract is an individual thing, but you can make it so different. You can make it so different that even no, that's a big one. I forgot what I wanted to say, but you can't make the wages to have a big gap that you can say someone is on 350, someone is on 20,000. It's another problem. How do you go to the changing room? You know, this one is getting this car park, cars. Obviously, this one they afford these expensive ones. This one they don't afford. So where do you get that team building? How do you become a team? This is something which I think it's affecting us. These wages, the gaps between other players and also the so-called smaller players, is something also I would want to talk. I'm going to talk about that, about the wages of the players on a separate video. But it's something which I'm just thinking that this might be also be affecting us, the wage gaps. Then we go to players, individual players. We had a lot of problems with our players. A lot. I'm going to say some, then I'll see with the time of the video. Let me start with one example, Ronaldo. At the return of Ronaldo, it was supposed to help us, but it ended up affecting us. We know Ronaldo came as a marketing. The way when he came the second time, it was for marketing the club. And also, Ronaldo was supposed to go to Man City, but they hijacked the deal. They couldn't face Ronaldo playing for Man City. So he came It was not planned. As we all know, Ronaldo is a great player, but it didn't end up well. Even Ole Gunnar Solskjaer confirmed that that was a mistake to bring back Ronaldo. Is something which affected us. Even all these celebrity signings, it affected the team in a way. We're gonna break it down as we go bit by bit, bit by bit. Where the celebrity signings, Sanchez, Zlatan, Pogba, Di Maria, just to name a few. These players are very good, but sometimes maybe the time they came, even the monies which they get, meeting with the players which they're playing with, it didn't work out well. We didn't merge well to make a team. It's like we were the celebrity players and normal players. That's another thing which affected the team. Then also, we've got this thing for fallout of coaches and players. The fallout of coaches and players. Ronaldo is one of them. He had a fallout with Ten Hag. He didn't respect Ranić again. That's the first one. Now we've got Rashford. There should be an issue with Rashford and Ruben Amorim. You can see what's happening, that there's definitely a fallout. Even Garnacho. But I can see with the way Garnacho played against Liverpool that I think he has repented. Or someone told him that, no, you're still young. Just enjoy your soccer. Forget about all these things. Garnacho. We've got the story for Sancho. We all know what happened with Sancho and Ten Hag. It was a big fallout. Even the great Benny McCarthy said that Sancho was supposed to just say sorry. But he believed that he was not wrong. So he could not say sorry. He believed he's not wrong. So he could not say sorry. Ten Hag only wanted sorry from Sancho. So you know what happened. Sancho is now playing his soccer at Chelsea and doing very well. It's something which pains me when I see Sancho playing very well for Chelsea when he's supposed to be our player, just because of a fallout. I'm not blaming the coach, I'm not blaming the player, but I'm saying the things which have affected us. That fallout, it affected us. There are players which were close to Sancho camp. I'm sure Rashford and crew, they're on this side. Some players were not happy that Sancho went. Some players were happy. It brought a division. Same with the Ronaldo issue. Some players were not happy. Some were happy. It brought another division. So all these things, they contribute to the problems of the team. All these things. So how do we expect a team to perform with so many problems? How do we expect them to perform with so many problems? We talked about the fallout. Who else? There's De Gea again. De Gea was promised a new contract, but it was going to be on reduced wages. What happened? They let him go. He was on his wedding and he didn't renew his contract. That's when he confirmed, just around his wedding. Is it before or after? But that's when it was confirmed that De Gea is no longer going to be coming because the wage was the contract was not renewed. That one was a big mistake again. We know De Gea was now starting to do mistakes, 1 or 2 with defeats with big score lines. Those 7, Liverpool making a party against us. But I didn't want De Gea to go, but I wanted competition. It was good to bring in Onana. So you change Onana and De Gea. You give the team competition. But what happened? To let De Gea just go for free. That one was a mistake. We let De Gea go for free. It was a mistake. Pogba, he went for free. When you bought him for almost 100 million, it was a mistake again. People like Lingard to go for free, a mistake. Herrera to go for free, a mistake. All those things, it means the club was being mismanaged. How can Herrera Pogba, De Gea, Lingard go for free. Even Ronaldo went for free. Sancho is gonna go for peanuts. I'm sure it's about 25 million. Chelsea have got an obligation to buy him for about 25 million. And as we bought him for almost 100 million. That is wrong again. So the fallouts are many. I don't know, I've left some, but I just gave you just a brief narrative of the fallouts. Then we've got off the field issues of players. We've got Harry Maguire. He had a fight in Greece. He was in court. I don't know what happened with that story. We've got people like Wan-Bissaka. Their licenses have been cancelled because of driving. I don't know, is it driving speed or I don't know, but he's got an issue with the license, his driving license. We've got the issue of Greenwood. Greenwood, you know, he was suspended for more than 2 years and he was acquitted. We are not judges, we are not lawyers. We don't know the merits of the story, but the fact that there was that issue for Greenwood, it affected us also. Greenwood was a good player, a young player. Now, just recently, we've got the issue of Anthony again. Anthony was accused again for, I don't know what he did, but he has been accused by certain ladies. But it's like the story has been postponed or has been acquitted, or Anthony had evidence. I don't know what's happening with the Anthony story. But all those issues, if you check Anthony, since that story, check Anthony's stats. First season when he came, he tried to do well. But on the off season, that when that story broke, that it affected him to be called in Brazil national team. Check him from that moment up to now. What happened to Anthony? Anthony, I believe it's a mental issue. It's not talent-wise. That story affected him. So instead of people maybe to support him football-wise, now they're just saying he's a waste of, he's a useless player. He's nothing. He doesn't know what he's doing. But me, I believe that thing affected him, Anthony. That's the other thing also. There's a lot. I'm gonna cut it if I see that we didn't finish the stories. We took off Anthony, we took off Greenwood, Wan-Bissaka, who else? Rashford. I think we've covered all the issues. I'll do another episode again of the stories which I think about the tax, manual tax of buying players high. If you want to buy a player, if the player is supposed to be 40 million, but the moment they know that it's Manchester United who wants that player, they're gonna make it 100. That's what we call manual tax. There's a lot happening at Manchester. We took off as fans. We're so divided. There's a lot. We're gonna talk about the owner. We're gonna talk about the thing of the stadium. We're gonna talk all those stories. But for now, I'll leave this video here. We're gonna do a part 3 again about manual problems. Adding the things which I've left in the first 2 videos. But for now, I think I'll end it here. Please like, share, comment if you enjoyed my content. I know I'm starting, and me, I don't edit my videos. I do as I go. So that's why you see there's a bit of stammering and what. I don't edit my videos. I take it from the heart. I just put a bit of notes so that I don't forget other things. But this is years of watching Manchester. 4 years of watching a great giant go down. So I'm gonna do a part 3 again about this. I feel I left a lot. I'm gonna think about it. Then I'll give you the part 3. Then, as usual, we do a roundup of rumors. Me, I told you, I don't want to make it a transfer show because there's too much rumors, too much everything. So I don't want to make it a transfer show. No, before no, I'll make a separate issue about Ferguson again because the video is getting long. But today, the rumors, there's a guy called Dogo from Lichi. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. He's a Danish player. He's linked to Manchester United again. He's a left back. As you all know that our left backs are always sick, injured. We don't have a left back. We bought this kid the other day, but he's gonna come in the summer. Then the people who are rumored to be going out, Anthony, there's a bid from Greece. They inquired about Anthony, but it didn't go. That is Olympiacos. There's a bid from there. Rashford, there's people who are inquiring from all over the place. Dortmund, Galatasaray, Milan, PSG. So I don't know what's gonna happen with the Rashford, but there's stories which are flying all over. The recent one which just broke now, it's Kobe Maino. They're saying no one is untouchable at Manchester. No one is untouchable. Anyone is up for sale. If you don't do your job, you can go. So there's an issue about Kobe Maino. There's an issue about Chelsea inquiring about Kobe Maino. Guys, imagine Kobe playing for Chelsea. He's still a kid, but he's gonna be a star. But we can't let him go to Chelsea. Hopefully, it's just rumors, so that they negotiate for the contract. As you know, that Ahmad contract is ready, but they want to make it like a new signing. Now, maybe this is a Kobe issue. They are putting out stories that they want. They're putting out stories that this guy want to go to Chelsea. There's inquiries of Chelsea just because they want the contract. That's what I think. It's a move to negotiate for a contract. I don't think Kobe Maino would go to Chelsea. Imagine Kobe Maino playing for Chelsea. Come on, guys. It's painful to see Sancho at Chelsea. Now we have to see Kobe. Let's just hope it's just a rumor. Nothing happened. If you enjoyed my content, please subscribe, like, share. We'll get better with time. We'll get better with time. What's important is the information which I'm telling you, not how I'm telling you, or the background, or the appearance, the lighting. What's important is the information. I'm gonna do a part 3 about our problems. I thank you. Enjoy the day.